Masterclass for Facebook ads, for e-commerce. My name is Chris, otherwise known as the Conversion Crusader. And I am here to represent the Freedom Club, which is the dropshipping school that I work at, where we teach students how to succeed from zero to hero, from nothing to pumping it every day of the week. So we're here 24/7. And these are just some of the results that our students are getting. Now, if you are wanting to learn dropshipping, you're not even sure if it still works anymore, you have no idea how to get started, you don't know what to do, this is the course for you. So jump on in if you're keen, if you like these videos, and book a call with one of our sales team. They can show you exactly what we do and how we do it, and how you can start to get results like some of these. Like a lot of the students who are going to be in this call in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to go jump in and get them included in this call so we can go and talk about some of their questions about their ads and landing pages and products and emails and all the things that are going to give you a lower cost per purchase. Let's go live. Welcome, Freedom Clubbers, to Monday night's Marketing Masterclass. My name's Chris, Head of Education here at the Freedom Club, and I am here to help you with your Facebook ads, your landing pages, your email systems, anything that's going to help you get that cheaper cost per purchase. I'll give everybody just a couple of minutes to jump on in before we get to the first question. And I hope everyone's Christmas period so far is going well. One of my stores is absolutely flying these days. It's fantastic. The third quarter, or the last quarter of the year, seems to have really pushed these sales up. Hey, Simon, Mia, and Elisa, and/or David. Welcome, guys. All right, so what we'll do, let me just make sure I'm sharing my screen. I think I am. Not yet. Let me share my screen. What's up, Joseph? Welcome. All right, so starting off with Joseph. Hey, Charlie. I know a lot of people are going to be off in this Austin Masterclass, so that's cool. That finishes in about 15, 20 minutes. And then we should start seeing some of those people jumping on this one. But I'm glad you're here, Joseph, because we'll get started with your question. So please review your site and ads manager. You've been running ads for 4 weeks. You only made a few sales. That's not a good sign. We really would appreciate my help and guidance. That's what I'm here to give. All right. Okay. Purity Co. Oh, selling this thing. Okay. And I like this. You got taps and shower heads and refills. Cool. All right. Which one are you trying to sell the most? I'm gathering it's the tap filter. All right. So tap filter, it looks pretty good. Looks like a solid unit. Selling this for $99. Paid in full with PayPal. Oh, nice. I don't have that on my site. Wish I did, actually. I'll have to go figure out how to do that. That's cool. Or pay in full interest-free payments with Afterpay. Excellent. Cleaner, safer drinking water. Removes. I don't feel like you've quite got the right selling points here. Not yet. We probably need to work on those. They're okay. They're okay, but like the easy to install, no plumber needed. That's not bad. Removes 95% of toxins. It's not specific enough. What toxins does it remove and how many of them maybe? You know, something like removes 100 plus forever chemicals. Hidden nasties that cause cancer. We got to really be more detailed and add a bit more technicality into here, I think. Cleaner, safer drinking water. For what? For what purpose do we want cleaner and safer drinking water? Cleaner and safer water for your family's health. Those would be much more hard-hitting benefits. Now we've got buy 1, buy 2, and buy 3. Okay. I know that you're using just what we told you to do in the course, and that's cool. That's cool. But to take this up another notch, I'd highly recommend using an app called Kashing Bundles. I use it on my store. This is one of my stores here. And I'll just show you what it looks like and why it looks a little bit cleaner. So it just makes the box here a lot cleaner looking and allows you to put in the price per unit, so that when I click on buy two and it's only $35.96, it doesn't give me a huge jump in price that makes me sort of worry. And here it would be like you buy two and it would say, instead of saying $169, it'll give you the price per unit. So, you know, it'll make it a bit easier to swallow for a higher ticket price. All right, let's look at your images. Now, we don't normally put minute-long videos in the ads, in the image section here. You see how this is actually slowing down? It's not a good user experience. If we're going to put a video in the image section, the app is called Caching Bundles. I'll pop it in the chat here, Caching Bundles. Excellent app. And you can go a step further and you can use Caching Cart as well, which integrates really nicely with the app. It gives you a really beautiful cart. Okay, so yeah, the video you've got here is really slowing this down a lot. We don't want to put that in the image section. Okay, honestly, the best thing I bought. Okay, so normally when we have, hey Max, when we have images like this, one of the things that we teach you guys to do is have more of this type of image as your first image. This is really selling it. Look, it's great actually. The last tap water filter you'll ever need. Fantastic. And that is a great product image. That should be first, not last. That's not needed, not really helping at all. That's not bad. It's a good look of the product. But the installation here doesn't look great. What I would probably think of doing is if you could get an image that shows the filter and the dirty filter, or if you could find an image of clean water versus water tap water versus water out of your filter, that would be great too. Rhonda, I'll have to get to those after I do this, if that's okay with you. The hidden dangers in your tap water. Many Aussies homes unknowingly use tap water that carries heavy metals like copper. Yeah, that's cool and all. But can you prove that to me? Can you prove that to me with a screenshot of a study or a link to a study somewhere? Somewhere where it's not just marketing materials, it's actually scientific evidence. And there is plenty of that available for this product. Purify your water with ease. So yes, but again, more detail. What are we removing and why is that dangerous? So many chemicals in our water can cause cancer and all sorts of other disorders. And the evidence is out there for you to list in here and really start scaring people. Don't be afraid to drop and use fear. Fear of missing out. And these aren't just fears for you in this one. This is for everybody. Fear of missing out, fear of getting sick, fear of loss, fear of any type of fear that you can instill in people on your page is always going to lead to more sales. Now you could also use pictures of the filters before and afters. A lot of websites are doing that to sell this product. I do like your money back guarantee. That's nice and clean. Now we have text of what's in the box. I'm just wondering, it might not be possible, but it would be great if it was possible to have a picture of some of this so I can visually see it. Now, one of the tricks that a lot of people selling this product will do is they'll actually have a little box here, a little bit of an illustration of the filters, and they'll say, you buy one for $99 and get 2 free filters worth $39.95. I don't know if that's the correct price, but that's just a good idea to sell it that way. Makes the big price point easier to buy. Now, you've said you've only had a few sales at $99. Can you try this at $89? Can you try this at $79? And not you don't do it just one day. You try one price, the next day you choose another price. Hey, Damon. So can you run it at $89 for 3 days and then run it at $79 for 3 days and just see if there's a difference in price point for you? Sometimes we can get away with charging heavier prices and make more money, and sometimes we can't. It's all down to testing. These are all pretty fine, and the rest is pretty fine. So there's a few major things there to fix that will probably impact your cost per purchase a lot. Now let's have a look at what you've said here. Your first campaign ran for 4 weeks. Jimmy recommend you pause 3 of them and only have broad targeting live. Would I agree? I need to increase your daily budget. I would agree. I need to increase your daily budget. Just put my eyes on things. Well, I mean, it's good CTR. I wouldn't increase your daily budget yet. Not yet. I do agree. You're going to have to increase it. But not just yet. I'd like to see this cost per purchase come down to actually you being somewhat profitable before you worry about, oh, wait a minute. 26 checkouts and only 6 purchases? What is going on? What is wrong with your site? Something else is wrong. This is different. Free Aussie delivery. Okay, first of all, on your cart page, please get rid of these buttons here. There should only be 1 checkout. Secondly, I didn't get a pop-up at all on your website to get the email address. And that's really, really important, because without that, you won't be able to get my email address, and you won't be able to get to know me before I get to checkout, and you won't be able to email me if I haven't completed checkout. So that's another big no-no right there. And if you go to press checkout, and lastly, get rid of this. This is causing too much friction. It's the reason why you've had so many checkouts and not enough purchases. And if you get rid of this, you'll probably find you'll get double the amount of purchases just instantly. Instantly. Man, you're going to have a really good week next week. Cool. All right, that's enough. Whose store was this again? Joseph. Joseph, you got a whole bunch of work to do, my friend. But I'm really glad, because those are some really solid things that if you get right will really turn this around. Once you've made those changes, then test your price points. And then once you've discovered the best price point that gets you the most amount of sales for the most, this is the important bit, the most profit. So you might find you get less sales at a higher price, but it's more profitable. Or maybe you get way more sales at a lower price where it's less profitable, but you get so many more sales that it means you have more money in the bank, which is the most important thing at the end of the day. So you do price point testing, and then you can probably be in a position to start scaling. All right. Rhonda had some questions. Rhonda, how many ads should be tested every month with a 260 budget a day? There's no number. There's no number, Rhonda. It depends if things are working. So for home craftology, I'm not testing any ads at the moment. My campaign is stable. I do plan to test some ads, and if I do, I might test, say, 10 new ads in a month. But there's no hard or fast rule. If you've got ads pumping out and you've got like 15 per month, then you test 15. The more ads you want to test, the more expensive it's going to be. So it comes down to how profitable you are and how much you can spare to spend on these things. How often should you be sending campaigns out with low email subscribers? Once a week at a minimum. Twice a week, probably. I'd say you send out an offer on Friday night or Saturday and you close it on Sunday or Monday. I send about 3 to 4 emails a week for home craftology. Even if you have low subscribers in your email account, it's worthwhile getting into the habit of coming up with those weekly emails and getting your users into a habit of opening your emails. Rhonda, how do you only have 1,000 subscribers? How is that possible? Dude, I started my new business way after yours. How many do I have? Before I get mad at you, how many do I have? One sec. Is this the right account? I think it is. Okay, that's the right one. And how many subscribers do I have? And you're spending $300 a day. All right, I've got 813 highly engaged email openers. So I've got 1,765 subscribers for Stones and Ash. We're spending $300 a day. Your rate is 8% on Wheelio. That should be high enough. How many visitors per day are you getting? And you got Wheelio, but do you also have another pop-up as well? Because it might be worthwhile having both pop-ups. It might be. Okay, back to the questions. $60 clicks a day. Maybe your traffic's a lot more expensive than mine is. Okay, you probably want to have an email pop-up as well as your Wheelio, and that's probably going to make your sales a lot better too. So I have my Wheelio pop-up. So I don't have Wheelio on this site, but on Homecraftology, my email pop-up comes in after like 12 seconds, and my Wheelio comes in when they try and leave the website. That's how that works for me. All right, Max Tecintio. Is that Italian? Pure Nest. Why is everybody pure these days? You have more credits to test. How would I recommend we do that? Give them new ad sets. Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll have a look. Have a look. We have a conversion issue here. This should be at least 4, but it's 2. So that's a bit concerning. Let's have a look at your website. Is it purenest.com? I'll get it from your ads. All right, 1 second. I'm in your ad account right now. Let's go have a look at your website. Pure Nest, plastic utensils. Ah, okay. This website. Okay. What's going on here? That's kind of cool. That gets my attention. Nice. It did pop up a little bit quick. Might want to set it to like 10, 12 seconds. It does look nice though. Oh, and you applied the discount and took me back here. Okay, nice. All right. I do find sometimes when you say hurry, and this is just my, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry, my bad, guys. When you say hurry under here, and I do like this. I have these kind of things on my website, but when you use the word hurry, I think it puts some people off. I think. Now, same thing I'm going to say to you, as I said before. If you're going to use caching, which I assume that you're using here because it looks like caching, it's a great app. You shouldn't have the total here. Well, I mean, you can if you want. I just found on my website when I have the individual cost and the individual savings. So you put down here price per each. I felt I got a lot better, a lot more conversions. Oh, and you get 2 times utensil holder for free. Okay, nice. Got a freebie. Eliminate plastic for safer meals. Sustainable source teak last year's. Okay, nice. Well, I can't complain about the website. It's pretty. It's clean. Let's test it. I'll get 1 set. You know what? I'm splurgy today. I just get 2 sets. Ah, this is very confusing. To those who will pay attention, you're saying 50% off on 1 set, and then an extra 10 and 15. On this one, we don't usually put the sale price. It just confuses people. So take the sales price off. All right, let's add that to cart. All right, here we are. Get rid of these buttons down here. We only need the checkout button. When we have too many decisions, we get too much drop off. Limit the decisions. And I'm going to get my utensil holder and spoon rest. Cool. Very nice. Okay. $194. $194.40. Well, there's nothing here to stop me from checking out. We didn't have any weird things popping up. Oh, get rid of the tipping. Get rid of the tipping. I do find tipping absolutely limits your conversions in Australia. Also, get rid of this. Choose one or the other. In the course, we teach you to have free shipping to limit the friction, but you've added two, and they both say the same thing. And people are sitting here going, well, what even is the difference? And that little bit of question is enough to make someone not pay. So definitely one or the other. And at the moment, I'd go free. Just for now, just choose free. Okay. Why is it $197? Is that right? $194.40. Why is it $197? Oh, because I picked free shipping. I picked the wrong shipping. $194.40. There we go. That's better. Okay. So in this situation, it's interesting that down here, this is another thing. Feel free to play. Yeah, look, I think I'm. No offense, but I'd probably get it from eBay. But I like your entrepreneurship. I do. I'm just wondering why this is $129 to somebody else. Like there are some nitpicky people out there, and they might say that and they'll be like, "What do you mean it was $129 for a utensil holder and a spoon rest? What did you say it was worth?" And I'm really sorry that I'm getting rid of your. I'm screwing up all your stats. Oh, you said it was worth 64. Okay, but is it really going to be worth $64? Can is that something we can stomach? $30 I can imagine, but $64.99 for a wooden cup in a wooden block doesn't pass my I'll just say pub test. I don't know where I was going with that. 65 each. They're selling it for even more for a cup. All right. Well, I trust you. I trust you on that regard. Look, here's the lowdown. When we get to this situation where we're having less than 50%, so what we should be seeing on a healthy store is if you have 5 add to carts, sorry, we'll round it up. If you have 10 add to carts, you might have 6 checkouts and 3 purchases. So it goes by 50%. On a really healthy store, you'll have a lot higher checkout to purchase ratio. Like on my stores, some of them have I get 10 checkouts and I might get 6, 7, or 8 orders. So on a healthy store, 10 checkouts, 5 orders. On a not healthy store, 10 checkouts and less than half of that in orders. And on this situation, we're getting less than half of that on the orders. Now, you don't have anything else stopping the checkout process. There's no pop-ups, there's no surprises. You only have this shipping question here and the tipping. And that may put some people off. But I'm actually thinking, and I know the competitors are selling this for more, but just some experience for me is when I get this problem of no one's checking out, it can come down to the fact that that the price is just too high. So I would suggest testing at slightly lower price points for the main thing, if possible. That's what I would suggest. All right, now looking at your ads, just let me bring this across. Now, bear in mind that the ads are going to look a certain way because we have some sort of friction here at the checkout process. Oh, and we're not getting any purchases. On the bundles. Yeah, okay. So right here, I don't normally put 50% off in the bundle. I'd have it up here, that's fine. But here, it's a bit confusing when you say this is 50% and this is extra 10. Some people, like, you have to understand, we have to respect our audience and our customers, but we have to spoon feed them, because by the time that they're shopping, they're either doing it in a rush on their lunch break, precious time. So, we want to make sure things are really easy to understand, or they're at home after, sitting there scrolling through slop for the past hour on their phones to see this pop up and they think, oh my God, yeah, you're right. Forever Chemicals are destroying my family. I want to buy these. But their heads are not thinking correctly. So we have to make things super easy to understand. So things like this certain people can make it difficult for them to understand what's going on, and any friction at all can be enough just to make somebody close down the page. So what we're doing here is we're just removing friction. All right, so on the ads, I don't get it. You've had these sales according to your picture, but I'm not seeing them. Something's off. Oh, here we go, 2 purchases. Okay. 2 purchases today, did you? Okay, cool. Gervy and Conway. Yeah, I'm thinking I might have to change my times to start at 7:30. I might do that. I might change those times up. Low results. Your campaign is getting fewer than 1 daily average result. This is due to your audience, ad creative, or budget. But at $140 a purchase, you're not even going to be profitable. So with the pricing, Damon, you probably had both on both screens. With the pricing, I'll give you a bit of a tip that helped me get to where I am. So Homecraftology is actually one of the most expensive places to buy diamond painting kits. And the reason why it's the most expensive is because they're really good. And our designs are fantastic. I mean, they're amazing. And the team, the customer support team is really good. And we have a well-known history and a well-known following that if someone has a problem with their kit, we just refund them. We don't screw around like that. So the people are prepared to pay those higher prices. But the tip that I got from some of my mentors, or one of my mentors, he told me, especially with the new store that I created, he said he had to start his store at a slightly lower price point because it took him a while to understand the audience. It took Facebook a while to understand the audience as well. It took him a while to get the right ads and the right landing page together with the right language. And so he started at a cheaper price point. And once the pixel got seasoned or pixelated, he was then able to slowly bring the prices up. So you might find that when you test at a lower price point, you get those checkouts. And then over time, as you improve things and really work on this landing page here, I mean, there's lots we can do here. We're just getting started. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks good, but there is a lot that can be done here to bring this up a level where you can charge those higher prices. So my advice is test this at a lower price point just to see if that helps grease the wheels and get those conversions. Because I don't see anything major here that's stopping me from purchasing. And that leads me to believe that normally when that happens, the price is just too high and people are getting the checkout and going, I just can't see myself purchasing this today for that price. That's my advice there. In terms of your spend, we're not really spending a chunk of money right now to test. And that's the thing. I know that you want to get your sales, and I know that you want to test, but we're only spending $30 a day. And it takes a long time to know if something's going to work at $30 a day. If you're spending $50 or $100 a day, it can take 2 to 3 days before you have a solid understanding of whether or not your idea or your price point or whatever you change it that you made actually works. So you may want to put that up to $50 a day. You may want to after you change the price. Looking at your results here, We've got 2 purchases at $50 a day. Two purchases at 50. That's pretty good. Where's the rest of the spend? Wait a minute, $60 per purchase. I'm confused. Oh, all the other ones were bad. Only Broad got your purchases. Oh, that's looking significantly better. Okay. Yeah, lowering that price may actually help. Just by $10, and then $10 more just to see. Looking at your clicks. These are good. Average and average. Conversion ranking is lower than what it should be, probably due to the price. CPMs are pretty high, but they may come down over time. Cost per click is a little bit high, but that may come down. This ad here at $10 per click probably is my first thing that I would look at possibly turning off. It's not a great ad. We're not even showing your product. It's too... Yeah, that's not good. Not good. I can see where you're going though, and I appreciate the thought. But look at these. Look at the CTR on this one. 4.5. Fantastic. Let's increase the price. Let's increase the budget on this. Let's also start to think about some new angles to use in your image ads and start to feed this with a few more images. I think you got enough to go off for this week of testing. But things are actually looking a little bit more positive than I thought. So do you know what to do next? And Theodora, you've asked for my image guy. I'm going to start charging for access to my team. Upwork. Let me get you this guy. Demas. Demas is my guy, and he's going to be more than happy to help you out. Just let him know Chris sent you. And look, this isn't just for you. Anyone who wants a good image guy, this guy is a really good guy, really good image guy. How do you add them? So by the time you get your images done, this will have had a few more sales. So the best way to add them would just be to duplicate this ad set and call it, part 2 or pack 2, or I use the date sometimes. Or if you're going to have a bunch of images, like 5 or so, with a different angle, you can call the ad set what the angle is, and that way you don't disturb this ad set. All right. Keep me informed with this one. I'm going to help get this thing going. Gervy. Oh, hold on. I've got all these questions coming in. Beck first. The Weekender. You've been batch testing for the past month. You tested 50 creatives in the last month. However, getting sales every day, but results are so inconsistent. Anywhere from 0 to 8 a day to near 1K days. Hey, I'm actually having the same thing on my bag store. Not the same product, but I'm seeing a very similar thing. You've tried moving some best performers to scaling campaign a couple of times, but CPM skyrockets. You just haven't got the conversions, so you've turned it off. You're a little lost what to do next to make this work more consistently and scale. Well, let's take a look. All right. Oh, I see. Well, I personally don't do any retargeting. I personally think that retargeting, Facebook does it best itself. Prospecting followable bag, $150 a day. ROAS is pretty good. One thing you got to look at though, I don't know why you had add to carts. So batch 7 founder led. That's fantastic. One of the things we have to do, we're gonna have days that are great and days that are not so great, and I get excited when I have a great day, of course, because it's only natural. Try to keep a level head, because it's not the day that matters, it's the 3, the 5, and the 7 days. It's the averages over time that really matter. On Homecraftology, I will usually have a low Wednesday and a low Thursday, and things start to pick up as the week ends. sorry, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my lowest days for Homecraftology. Like I can have a non-profitable Tuesday and Wednesday quite often, and then by the weekend we're flying. So just keep that in mind. And when you look at Homecraftology's ads, I'll show them I'll show them right now. Just hold on. Emotional roller coaster, yeah. And especially this time of year, there's lots going on with people and competition, and it's the buying season. But you should be flying at Christmas, I would think. And it, like for Homecraft especially, and look, I'll give you some advice from my mentor, especially in the bag market. And my bags are a bit more fashionable bags, but I do like to sell the bags that do something. Like one of my best selling bags at the moment is a bag you put a bottle into. I got like a what do you call those things? Those bottles that all the women walk around with. I can't remember the name of them, but you know it fits those. And I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh yeah, fashionable stuff. So I sell fashionable bags that have a purpose. And my mentor's like, Chris, you're doing great. You're doing great, buddy. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not profitable. We have profitable days, but we're not profitable overall. And he's like, yeah, but I did 100K. No, it wasn't 100K. I did like 900K last month, Chris. But when I first started this store, we weren't profitable for like 3-4 months. So I didn't feel bad. Anyway, this is Homecraftology. And if you look over 30 days, which is, and you guys notice whenever I look at your accounts, I'm not looking at today. I'm not looking at yesterday. It doesn't really concern me. Like on my bag store today, we had an awful day. We only had $100 in sales, and I've spent like $200 or $300. It happens. It happens. Not every day. Today's probably bad because I was screwing around with some settings in my store the other night. But there's days where we break even, and there's days where we absolutely kill it. Now I want you to just look at Homecraftology here. What really matters is my overall cost per purchase over the last 30 days. And then this is my AUD. So what I do is I go and I check out using my tools. I go and check out what's my average order volume, what's my average profit per order. And if my average profit per order is higher than what I'm spending in my ads, well, happy bloody days. We're making some money. And that's really what matters. That's the only real thing that matters. Are you profitable on your average orders overall over time? So when I'm looking at your account and I'm seeing founder-led, this is exactly what I would expect. Your founder videos are rocking it. Look at this. And I'm assuming with your bag, this is like, because we sell more than one quite often. I'm assuming you guys sell more than one. So I'm going to give you a bit of a tip here, Beck. Don't know if I'm going to get in trouble with this, okay? I may be about to. You want the tip? All right. I told my coaches not to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. Sorry, coaches. Hope none of you are on the call. All right, so this is Bellucci. Bellucci. Where's Bellucci? Okay, this is my mentor's website. He sells designer jewelry. I'm just going to find his ads. It's just you reminded me of his ads just then. So these are his ads right here. And so my mentor's a dude selling jewelry to women, and he does these founder videos. Look at this. Can you guys hear that?
If you've been looking for a winter statement piece, this is your one. We got it in multiple variations of mother of pearl, pink mother of pearl, and black shell. We have the silver variations as well, and we've released it in rose gold. The story of this product is about falling in love with your own energy, because Bellucci, our British-owned jewelry brand, the collections are...
You can't hear it? You know what? I'm just going to give you this link. Every video that he does is a founder video. You know, I've been trying to get time and good lighting in here to go and record myself doing my founder videos for Stones and Ash. I've got to do it. I really, really need to do it. I just need to sit down and recreate what he's doing here. Nearly every video he has is a founder video.
Our best-selling necklace, some gifts are our best-selling necklace.
Now, of course, he's got the nice,
The Bella Heart necklace.
he's got the lovely videos.
Necklace.
And you've already got lovely videos for your website.
Our best-selling necklace has just perfect gift. This
But yeah, how he's doing it is all here.
If you've been looking for a beautiful jewelry piece,
You should try doing a few based on what he's doing. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at home craftology, here we go. My best video, like my best ad, I've had it up for 2 years. It's just me doing a bloody diamond painting kit. It's awful, but you know what? You find it's the most expensive CPM? Who cares? It's the one that's getting the most sales. CPM is meaningless if you're getting good sales and you're making profit. This isn't like when I look at CPMs, it tells us a little bit of information about maybe how Facebook is displaying your image and when your ad. And when I look at CPMs, maybe I can tell a story about what's going on in the back end. That's all it really is. I don't know for sure whether or not certain things are causing my CPM to go higher, and I certainly can't say whether or not my CPMs even matter, because this is what I usually find. I come out with a killer ad. I come out with a bad ad, my CPM is high. I come out with a killer ad, my CPM is medium, and my cost per click is still relatively the same. I don't know. Facebook, I think it's a big scam. Facebook just uses to charge us what it thinks that we're going to pay, and that, in the end, it comes down to that anyway, because it all is one big auction, right? It could be that your CPM is high because Facebook says it's a really good ad to show, and it's going to show them in the highly sought after spots on Facebook to get you the profit that you're looking at. How many ads are you putting into testing each ad set? Okay, so for home craftology to get these bunches of winning ads, there's not that many. I've turned a lot of ads off over the past. I think I tested overall probably 50 ads in total and whittled them down to this batch. So this is working for me really, really, really well, giving me consistent $35 sales. I am absolutely over the moon because Homecraft hasn't been this stable in a long time. How I got to here was lots of little tests of batches of 5 and taking the winners and putting them into scaling, and then just watching scaling and turning the ones off that just didn't meet my expectations. So next up, I should definitely go do another bunch of ads, but I won't be touching the scaling campaign. I'll be doing them in small little batches. Again, just remember, we're saying we want to test more ads, but the important thing to remember is when you increase the number of ads in your account, you increase the complexity of your ad account. And when you increase the complexity in your ad account, that can have detrimental effects on your ads in total, right? So yes, we want more stuff to feed Facebook, but more stuff to feed Facebook makes it more complicated for Facebook to get you the results you're looking for. So be careful not to overload too many in your scaling, and be careful to test your best ads in their own little ad sets for a little while at small budgets, and then just creep them up. I had a situation with Stones and Ash recently where I overloaded it. I went from being great to just completely destroying the account overnight just by overloading the complexity, adding way too many ads and too many ad sets and too many different things into it. And when you have too many different things at the same time, you've got to have a huge budget to be able to test. So if you're not currently spending $1,000 a day, we don't want to test too much too quickly because it'll cost you way more than you'll make in profit. I know it seems to go against what I'm saying, so I understand if that's confusing. But by adding way more ads, you're going to have way more budget before you know how many of these ads actually work, because as you know, Facebook's going to put a lot of your money into one ad in an ad set. And so it doesn't really give you a lot of indication about which ads are working well and which other ads are working well in the ad set. And if you've got lots of different ad sets, then you're going to have a high budget to spend a minimum amount on each ad set to even know if it's going to work. So you create a new ad set within prospecting with a few of the best performers, meaning they may be more than one ad set. There may be more than one ad set in the same campaign. All right. So this is my campaign here for Homecraftology. I've got one campaign at the moment, and I've got one ad set. I'm going to want to go and create a whole bunch of new testing. So what I would do is I create a new campaign and call it 2026 testing. And inside there, because I don't want to test too much too quickly, I'll take my best ideas and I'll pop them all in for like $50 a day. That's just me at this spending. I wouldn't want to spend more than that because it's probably not going to work. I'm probably going to be throwing money away. So I want to only throw enough money away that doesn't hurt the bank account. So maybe $50 on each ad set. I'm probably going to do just only 3 ad sets because any more than that, it really gets tricky to test. I'm just going to have to throw lots of money in it, and I don't really want to sit there and waste money testing. I want to do it in small batches so that I can take my small amount of winners that I get and pop them into my scaling campaign. That makes sense? So recommend go through Bellucci's ad library there because it's fantastic, and take a look at what he's doing there with the founders. You found a winning formula here. Your founder ads are great, so we need more of those. And what's missing from here is probably some nice imagery, some nice static images. Your other ads here, you've got winners only for interests, but only one ad here, which is really getting a lot of the results, right? Founder carry on hook. And how much have we spent on this one? Oh, we've only spent $200 in the whole month. And let's just take a look at your checkouts. Eight checkouts. Okay, so this actually, you thought you can test new ads in a CBO? Yeah, you can. You can, Rhonda. You can. You can. In fact, CBOs are fantastic for that. So you had 8 checkouts. You've had more than that. You've had 10, 11 checkouts and only 3 purchases. So there might be some friction going on in the back end here. But this actually looks healthy because if 2 or 3 more of those people who checked out actually purchased, then this would have been an absolutely winning ad set. That's how I look at my ad sets. Sometimes you get bad luck. Sometimes you get 11 checkouts and only 3 purchases. But statistically speaking, it should be 50-50, more or less, more or less. It could be 6 for 11, could be 7 for 11, could be 4, but it's just bad luck that this was 3. So this is almost a winning ad set. This one here, batch 11, for whatever reason, this one didn't work out so good. Only 3 checkouts. But we haven't spent much money yet. We've only spent $139 in total. The click-throughs, let me have a look at the performance and clicks. Let's go by spend, which it is $80 and $30. They're not terrible. They're not terrible. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Ah, okay. You see how on some formats, see how the top text is cut off? I used to have this problem. Patch 11 is pretty new. Okay. Well, I used to have this problem here. This can put a lot of people off. And now it's not going to show this on every single, what do you call it? Like location. But you can see here in at least one location on Facebook is getting cut off, and it looks bad because of that. I actually find these days it's even better just to have none of those black things on top. I've gone way more simple in my ads, and that may improve your sale. I like how you said $40 off. That's kind of cool. It's a very long ad. It's a great product, by the way. Great product. I feel like you're a fantastic founder, but I feel like you need some UGC talent to be showing all of this stuff with better angles, better lighting, and a better background, so that you can come on in and talk about your product just like Nath does on his videos there, and have somebody else showcase it who's really good at showcasing it with a really nice environment. That's not to say these are bad. That's just what I would be looking at doing. It's what I am currently doing, actually. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. And this one looks good in all formats. Now, this one is your second spender, but it's got the least amount of click-through. So this angle's, as good as this is, it's just not the angle that's working, which sucks. Beautiful ad, though. Beautiful ad. You have to work out the exact measures for captions to be at the top. Yeah, I don't put them at the top anymore because I just can't figure out where it always looks good. So I'd much rather not have them. Oh man, you were on the money with the shots that you were using for this. I think it's because you're not showing it folding out, maybe. Oh, damn, that looks so good. But the feedback there is the click-through. Oh, but look at the cost per click. And it's only $22 CPM. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. I wonder what would happen in this campaign. This is something you might want to test. What happens when you turn this one here off and allow the full spend to go into this one? Maybe it'll do better. That's a kind of experiment that I would do for a couple of days and see how we go. Beck, you're close on these. You're really close. I hope those tips help. I've got to go on to the next question because I'm running out of time, as per usual. Connie, you've made changes as per the call. Paused ads, reduced spacing on the homepage, change product. Connie, if you're on the call, can you please give me your URL because I don't have this like you're testing my memory here. So if you are on the call, please give me a URL and I can quickly have a look at what you've done. Give you the yay or the nay. All right. Vinod. Relief fees. I don't remember that account. Do I have you? I don't have release fees. So what I'm going to do is leave you a message and tell you how to add me to that. Can you please invite me to your business? My email is Chris Evers. Gerby, what's the criteria to bring your store into this marketing review call? Is it a number? Is it a minute? No, Gerby, what are you talking about? There's no criteria to bring your store. You can just go and put your question here, my friend. Let me see. I may not have seen that. And if that's the case, one second, let me have a look. Okay, I haven't got it. So this is a Facebook bug that happens sometimes. What I need you to do is remove me from your company and please re-invite me on that email address. And then I'll be able to take a look. Okay, Gobi, yeah, I'll be definitely able to help you with that. There is no requirement. This call is for anybody who wants to either get sales or increase their sales. That's what this call is all about. And so I'm here to help anybody who whatever situation that you're in. You just got to put in a question here, and I can help you. Now for Vinod. Yeah, I didn't get that invite. So if you could delete me from your business and then re-invite me, and I'll have to take a look at your question next stream. Now I'm not streaming on Wednesday. I'm so sorry, guys, but I have to go in for some surgery. Nothing major, just a routine bit of surgery. I'll be back on Sunday for my regular stream. and I'll be back on fully back on board next week to do the Tuesday and the Monday and the Wednesday. So Charlie, okay, Charlie, I need access to your ad account if you want me to take a look at your sales data. So same as with Vinod. Hey, Pradeep, what are you asking there? Thinking of asking the Chinese supplier to add printed page with note and a message from company as packaging is not branded? What are your thoughts? Absolutely. Why aren't you doing that already? Absolutely. Charlie. Oh, okay. I accepted your thing tonight. No problem. Let's take a look. Power Zing. My apologies. My apologies. Let's take a look at your website. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I can see where you're going with this. I actually think it's a pretty cool solution, like a pretty cool product. My problem is when I landed on your page, it took me a good 3 to 4 minutes to even comprehend what I was looking at because of this product image. That's the problem. This might be a better product image. If you could grab this and have the key ring on it and have the stuff here on it, this would tell, oh, maybe not even that. Maybe just move the images across. Never get stuck with a dead phone again. That is a killer landing page right there. Problem solution. This is a product that doesn't tell me what the problem is. This is a solution to a problem. Switch those around. I bet you get sales like pretty quickly. Looking at your ads, and I'll come over to that in a second. Connection type USB, get rid of that. Don't need it. Do not need anything because you can't even select anything. Hey, don't feel bad. Quite often, I need people to look over my websites because it's so much easier for me to sit here and tell you what's wrong with your website than to figure out what's wrong with my own websites. It takes a village to raise an e-com store. Generally speaking, website looks fine. You could probably think of some different use cases, like using it on the train or whatnot. But I think this is fine for now. Fast pocket responsive. Oh, that's not cool. Fast and responsive top-ups. We could do a little bit better with these ones. Pocket size portable power. That's not too bad. Solar powered for quick boosts. Reliable for blackouts and floods. If you can find your keys. Works seamlessly with all devices. That's pretty good. We might need to think of some stronger ones. We might want to go with ChatGPT and see if it can help us come up with some stronger emotional hooks and emotional selling points. In terms of your ads, okay, we've got mobile phones, travel, outdoors, broad. I don't think they're the best audiences. Okay, mobile phones didn't work at all, but travel. Hello, travel, and hello, gadget. Look at that. Let's see if we can just have a look at the add to carts. And check out. One add to cart for travel. One checkout for travel. Hey, here we go. $33 spent. Hey, dude, yeah, look, you're on your way. I'd be going with travel. I wouldn't bother with any of these other audiences. Travel is the one. We need more images and we need more ads. It's time to go and get some static images made. Play, come on. For God's sake. Come on, Facebook, keep up.
Ever wake up and realize that you forgot to charge your phone?
Nah, this is a terrible ad.
So I was out late the other night with the girls, and I struggled to get an Uber.
Nah, terrible. Look, I mean, no disrespect. If you had this done by Bilal, I'm sorry, Bilal. We can't knock it out of the park every single time. It's not terrible that you can't use it. It's just it takes too long to get to the problem.
That is why I got
We can still use these, but I would really like you to add some static images, please, and see how they go. You can use my guy above. You can go use Dimas. You're going to have to come up with the angles for him to use, but we got to test a lot more video ads and a lot more image ads. I do think you got something here, and we got to focus on quickly showing the problem, then the solution. Quick problem, quick solution. Hook, solution, hook, solution. So we just need more video. So that might mean that you have to go and engage Freedom Club to get some UGC. Vinod, system's not letting you do it for now. So keep trying. I got to jump off this call anyway because we're going over time, and I have another call that I need to be on right now. I'll be back to continue doing reviews next week. In the meantime, let me have a look at which website was yours. In the meantime, I'm going to get my coaches to help me out looking at yours, if that's all right with you. I'll chat with my coaches about you right now. And we shall get back to you as a team. All right, buddy? For everybody else, I shall see you in the next one. All right, buddy. Charlie, you know what you need to do. We need more and more ads that are better. See you guys.